Police officers.
I'll bet. Honey, it is the police. Come on in, you guys. Come right in. Afraid I can't, offer you anything to drink because I refuse to contribute to your corruption while you're on duty.
Mr. Woodward, we had a report of a woman screaming.
Did you hear anybody calling for help, sweetheart?
Barbara Stanwyck.
Oh, of course. One of her old movies. She must have had the volume up a little too high on the telly.
Mrs. Woodward?
Send them away, Del.
Send for 3MD9. Get the stretcher.
He did this to her.
Says he hasn't left the apartment all evening and keeps insisting he didn't strike her.
These injuries weren't self-inflicted, mister.
Mr. Woodward. Delbert, Norman Woodward. I don't know how they were inflicted. You gonna take her to the hospital?
She was carefully beaten by somebody who knew exactly what he was doing. If it had continued for a few more minutes, we'd be taking her to the morgue.
Lieutenant?
Thank you. Woodward, Delbert, Norman. Former places of residence: Boston, Philadelphia, Baltimore, Montreal, Vancouver, London. Sounds like the good life. What do you do for a living, Mr. Woodward? I'm retired. Retired? What do you do when you're retired? Oh, fool around. Burn the candle at all three ends. How do you survive? I make out. How do you make out? Any way I can. You steal? No, not unnecessarily. Now, about this fight. There wasn't any fight. I came back to the apartment. She was sitting on the sofa. She was crying. And that is it. You told the officers that you didn't leave the apartment. I didn't know what I was saying. I was confused. So am I. There's you. There's your wife. There are screams. She is beaten. You didn't do it. She couldn't do it to herself.
and no one else was there. I suggest we make ourselves a little more comfortable. I think we may just be here a while. Here are morgue photos of 4 women beaten to death. Not a very pretty sight. You recognize any of them?
I swear to you, Dell didn't beat me. I fell.
Then why didn't he call a doctor?
He wasn't there.
Mrs. Woodward, there's no way you could have sustained injuries of that kind in a fall.
The doorbell rang. A man came to the door. He started hitting me.
Why didn't you tell us that right away?
I was ashamed.
Why, was he a boyfriend?
I never saw him before.
Then what were you ashamed of?
Dell. He was there on the floor. Blind drunk.
4 women, beaten in the same way as your wife. 4 murder victims. We're looking for a killer, Mr. Woodward. Want to help?
I didn't kill anybody. I couldn't kill anybody.
But you would steal by your own admission.
Sure. So would a politician or a businessman or even an occasional cop here and there.
You met these women. You romanced them. When they screamed for help, you killed them.
My wife fell down. Suddenly I'm accused of mass murder. I didn't do it. I didn't even hit her.
Then who did?
Nobody did.
What about the man at the door?
Man? What man?
The man your wife let in. The man who attacked her.
Did she tell you that?
What do you tell us?
Show some compassion, Doctor. Mr. Woodward is a tired man. He doesn't work, but he's tired. He has no visible means of support, but he has money. Takes a lot out of a man, a trick like that.
Mr. Woodward, will you agree to a psychiatric examination? Will you take a lie detector test?
This is exactly where I came in. Or do you want me to give you the legal definition of harassment? You have no witnesses and no incriminating evidence.
Johnny? See that his personal belongings are returned to him. What was all that about?
If he is the killer, he's a psychotic in his own world, with reasons that start from a premise we can't begin to follow.
No. I mean about the man at the door.
His wife said somebody came to the door and started beating her.
Another story?
Suppose it's true.
Well, if it is, and he didn't do it, then they're protecting someone else.
Which brings us right back to where we started. Why are they protecting somebody else?
And who are they protecting?
Fleming. A woman beater. A killer. Yeah, I can hardly believe it. That pompous, rich, no good, wringing his hands about his wife who neglects him and his children who don't appreciate him.
Dell, I'm afraid of him.
Phil, do you realize how much money that man is worth to us? Oh, honey, I'm sorry.
I just don't want to get in any deeper.
Well, we've done all right the past few years, haven't we?
The police give you a bad time?
Oh, well, they think I'm a mass murderer. That's all that happened to me today. You know, Phil, sometimes I really think I could kill somebody. That's what Fleming has done to me, the way he worked you over.
Dell, please, forget him.
How can I forget about the way you looked when I walked in there? The way he screamed at me when he ran out.
Then tell the police. Just stay away from him.
Think a minute. This is the big one, don't you see? This is the pot of gold. And you want me to give him away free? No, he's going to pay for this. Because this time, it's not just his career or his marriage that's at stake. No, this time, it's his life.
Police Lieutenant Jack Gordon, 3rd Division. What's he want?
He's on the dock asking about Phyllis Woodward. Wants to know about the men she's been dating.
It's Phyllis Woodward. She worked here. Still see her? Who said I... Okay, I took her out a couple of times.
Now?
We split.
Did you know her husband?
She told me she was single.
Excuse me, Mr. Fleming has to leave now.
Why'd you split up?
She found out my car was on payments and my bank account was empty.
What do you think?
Looks good.
Will I get your vote?
If you deserve it.
I don't know. I don't think I have the stomach for politics. Now, what's this about a young woman?
We're looking for a Phyllis Woodward. I believe she worked here for a while. She was attacked last night.
Is she alive?
Why did she leave here?
I let her go. Not for any particular reason, really. Just a feeling I had. You gotta trust that kind of feeling when you employ as many people as I do. Excuse me. Fleming?
100,000. Cash. Small bills. No markings. No sequential serial numbers. You'd better get it ready fast.
Give me one good reason why I shouldn't hang up.
I'll give you 4. They're all women, and they're all dead.
When, can we meet?
You just put the money in a briefcase and take it with you wherever you go. Somewhere, sometime, I'll meet you. Bye.
I wish I could help you about, Miss Woodward.
Yeah. Bad scene. Worst of it is, her beating resembles 4 murders that occurred recently. We're concerned that the killer may try against her or someone else. May I use your phone, please?
Yeah, sure.
Thank you. Lieutenant Gordon, I want to make on a Phyllis Woodward. I know she's the victim. I'd also like to know what else she is.
Mrs. Woodward? Officer?
When? Are you sure? Well, did you look? Okay. Jack? Phyllis Woodward walked out of the hospital.
You said she couldn't leave for a week.
She had help. Her husband told the officer they were going for a walk. Apparently she had her dress on under her robe.
Lieutenant? This just came in.
Woodwards are brother and sister. Get a load of this make. Conspiracy to defraud, insufficient evidence, extortion 3 counts, victims refused to prosecute. Badger game operators. She dates a guy, brother rushes in, plays the outraged husband.
That's what happened. She brought a mark home and he became too tough to handle.
You know what those 2 fools are trying to do? They're trying to blackmail Jack the Ripper.
All able units, vicinity central receiving, APB. Delbert Norman Woodward, male Caucasian, age 42, hair gray, eyes blue, weight 175 pounds. Also Phyllis Woodward, female Caucasian, age 25, height 5 feet 8 inches, hair red, weight 125 pounds.
Phil, I won't be gone more than an hour. I want you to sit right here. The minute I get back, we're going to go and find a nice private hospital. If you like it, we'll buy the whole place, plus a doctor who can keep his mouth shut. You better? All right, now, Phil, this is the last one. This is the one that gets us out of this business.
I used to think that what we were doing took guts. It was exciting, but it was for children. We never grew up.
Well, I'm tired. I like to sleep at night, and that takes money.
He'll kill you.
He can't afford to take that chance. You can identify him too, remember? And he doesn't know where you are.
He's crazy, Del. Forget him. Please come back.
1 hour. 1 hour, and we're gone.
Del!
this woman at the Pine Tree Motel, Franklin and 6th, 3MD9, code 3.
3MD9, roger.
Don't. Doctor, please stop him. Del. It'll be so easy. You walk in, catch the two of us together. We've done it so many times. And Odell. He is such a pompous phony. I'm going to enjoy this one. All that talk about the fancy Fleming family tree.
Money?
And in this pocket, there's a gun.
Oh, that figures. That's why I decided to meet you here among all these people. Another witness heard from.
Where's Phyllis?
She moved.
Take me to her before I kill you here.
And tell the police that it was in self-defense.
Today's Friday. I'll say you came to rob my payroll. You're an optimist, Woodward. Right now you're thinking if you cooperate, sooner or later your chance will come. At the last minute, the cavalry will ride in and save you.
It's funny, I don't hear any bugles.
Keep listening. Move. We'll take your car.
You're right about one thing, Fleming. I am an optimist.
Get in, Woodward.
I like to go with the odds. And I think the odds are just a little bit better if I stay out of that car.
Don't try it. Just get in that car or shoot now and square it later.
That's Phil. I told her not to call the police, but you know how women are, Fleming.
just lost my vote.
You're lucky, Woodward. You got here just in time.
You got it too soon. Another 5 minutes and I'd have been in the clear.
You know something? I think you should take that psychiatric examination I offered you.
I like the way the police rousted me while they let that rich lunatic Fleming run loose in the streets.
You're right. He has a longer record than you do. At 12, he set fire to a house because a man wouldn't let him climb his tree. In high school, he beat up a girl because she wouldn't go out with him.
18, he shot a bartender because he wouldn't serve him a drink.
He's been institutionalized 4 times and released each time as cured.
Thank you, Doctor. I feel like a new man. An honest man.
You can start that honest life in a jail cell. You and your sister have just been indicted for extortion.
Lieutenant, that is an exercise in futility. You want Fleming. You need our testimony. We're bound to make some kind of a deal.
Good try. We don't need your testimony. He's going to be put away without a trial.
Is that legal?
Fleming has just been declared mentally incompetent to stand trial.